The Dead Sea Scrolls, a discovery so shocking it shook the foundations of history, religion, and human understanding. Hidden for nearly 2 millennia, these fragile ancient texts lie buried in caves along the cliffs of Qumran, whispering secrets about a world long lost. But what if I told you that what we've been told about them is only the tip of the iceberg? That beneath the surface lies a web of mysteries, cover-ups, and forbidden knowledge that the world isn't fully ready to confront. Imagine the year is 1947. A Bedouin shepherd is searching for a lost goat. Instead, he stumbles upon a cave, its walls lined with jars containing scrolls so old they predate most of the known scriptures. What he found would eventually become known as the Dead Sea Scrolls, a collection of over 900 manuscripts, some of which date back more than 2,000 years. They contain fragments of every book of the Hebrew Bible, except for Esther. But buried within these writings are texts that don't just retell history, they rewrite it, challenge our understanding of religion, and hint at secrets the powers of that era didn't want humanity to know. These scrolls were not discovered in one place, but in 11 caves scattered across the Judean desert. Each cave tells a different story. Some reveal the lives of an isolated Jewish sect, possibly the Essenes, a group shrouded in mystery, living apart from the corruption of Jerusalem's temple authorities. Others hold apocalyptic visions, coded prophecies, and instructions for rituals so secretive that the mainstream world can barely comprehend them. But here's the question that has puzzled scholars for decades. Why were these texts hidden in caves? What knowledge was so dangerous, so forbidden, that it had to be concealed for thousands of years?
Some believe these writings contain the original, unaltered teachings of the Hebrew prophets, lost to time and deliberately erased from history. Others argue that certain scrolls might even hint at hidden messianic figures, rivaling traditional interpretations, whose stories were suppressed by religious authorities to control power, influence, and belief. The story of the Dead Sea Scrolls isn't just about ancient writings. It's about secrecy, conspiracy, and forbidden knowledge. Many of the scrolls were initially kept from the public. Only select scholars could access them, and for decades, entire volumes remained unpublished, hidden in the archives of the Rockefeller Museum in Jerusalem. Why the secrecy? Some argue it was simply bureaucratic caution, but a growing number of historians believed there were deeper motives, controlling what the world could and could not know about history, religion, and humanity's spiritual past. And then there are the scrolls that remain missing. Scholars and treasure hunters alike whisper about fragments that have disappeared over time, stolen or deliberately removed. Rumors persist about scrolls that contain heretical teachings, prophecies that never came to light, and texts that could challenge centuries of religious authority. What could they reveal? Lost knowledge about the origins of Judaism, secret rituals, or even evidence that challenges the foundation of what we now call Christianity? Consider one of the most controversial texts among the Dead Sea Scrolls, the so-called War Scroll. This manuscript outlines a prophetic battle between the sons of light and the sons of darkness. But it's not just a religious allegory. The scroll is meticulous, describing military formations, strategies, and the ultimate triumph of a righteous faction over their enemies. Some scholars argue that it's a coded historical record, a manual for conflict concealed in religious language. Others believe it's an apocalyptic blueprint, a chilling glimpse into how ancient sects prepared for the end of days. Either way, it's evidence that the Dead Sea Scrolls were not just spiritual guides. They were tactical, political, and potentially revolutionary.
Documents.
But the secrets of the Dead Sea Scrolls go further. Hidden within the texts are cryptic prophecies, references to hidden messiahs, and ideas that directly contradict the canonized Bible. Take, for instance, the enigmatic Son of God references. Some scrolls speak of multiple messianic figures, not just one who would deliver the faithful from oppression. This is radically different from mainstream interpretations. Were these texts deliberately suppressed to maintain religious control? And if so, by whom? The more we dig, the more it seems the scrolls were never meant for ordinary eyes. And here's where the story takes an even darker turn. The scrolls' discovery coincided with the volatile post-World War II era, a time of political upheaval, colonial withdrawals, and the birth of Israel. Some historians suggest that powerful forces saw the scrolls as dangerous, not just theologically, but politically. Knowledge has power, and controlling the narrative of religion has always been a tool of influence. Could it be that the reason certain scrolls were hidden, delayed, or even lost was to maintain a monopoly over spiritual and political authority? But it isn't just ancient conspiracies at play. Modern technology has revealed something that even the early scholars couldn't comprehend. Using multispectral imaging, researchers have uncovered text invisible to the naked eye. Letters, annotations, and fragments that had been obscured by time are now emerging, revealing even more layers of mystery. Some of these fragments contradict previously accepted translations. They suggest alternate versions of stories, names of forgotten prophets, and ritual instructions that were thought lost forever. With every discovery, the Dead Sea Scrolls grow more enigmatic, more potent, and more controversial. And while many assume these scrolls are purely religious, they are also deeply historical. They tell us about daily life in the Qumran community, their diets, laws, social structures, and even conflicts within the sect. They offer a lens into a society obsessed with purity, order, and the preparation for what they believed was the imminent end of the world. But they also reveal political tensions, debates over leadership, and struggles against dominant powers, clues that ordinary history books rarely include. Perhaps the most haunting aspect of the Dead Sea Scrolls is their silence. For thousands of years, these writings lay untouched, waiting for discovery, waiting for the world to be ready. Some scrolls even mention enigmatic figures, messianic leaders who never appear in mainstream accounts. Multiple messianic figures are described, sometimes conflicting in role and purpose. One is a spiritual savior, another a warrior destined to lead a righteous army. These distinctions are subtle, buried in symbolic language, yet they challenge long-held beliefs about singular messianic prophecy. Were these scrolls trying to preserve an alternative understanding of redemption, one deliberately erased to consolidate religious power? The implications are staggering. And it doesn't stop there. The War Scroll I mentioned earlier is even more disturbing when read alongside other manuscripts. It outlines a cosmic battle, not merely against human enemies, but against forces described as sons of darkness, almost supernatural in nature. Some scholars have interpreted this as a literal account of an ancient apocalyptic vision, while others see it as allegorical, a coded warning to those who dared defy the sect. Regardless, the level of detail, the specificity of strategy, and the moral intensity suggest a community obsessed not just with faith, but with control, vigilance, and survival in a world they viewed as teetering on the edge of chaos. And yet, for all its depth and complexity, the Dead Sea Scrolls remain tantalizingly incomplete. Some fragments are illegible, others are missing entirely. The Qumran caves themselves are scattered, hidden in rugged terrain, and the harsh desert climate has left the manuscripts fragile, vulnerable, and often unreadable without modern technology. Scholars now use infrared imaging, ultraviolet light,
and digital reconstruction to uncover letters and words invisible to the human eye. Words that were lost for centuries now reappear, offering new interpretations, hidden prophecies, and cryptic instructions. Each discovery expands our understanding and deepens the intrigue, but also challenges our assumptions. How many fragments remain misinterpreted? How many secrets are yet to surface? The Dead Sea Scrolls, far from being static relics, continue to evolve, revealing new truths to every generation brave enough to study them. Yet the Dead Sea Scrolls remain maddeningly incomplete. For every fragment deciphered, there are dozens more missing or unreadable. Some pieces may have been destroyed over time, others may have been intentionally removed or withheld. What secrets are locked in these missing pieces? Hidden messianic teachings, alternate histories, or knowledge that could fundamentally alter religious or historical understanding? Each missing fragment fuels speculation, intrigue, and the irresistible human urge to discover the unknown. The Dead Sea Scrolls are also a study in human secrecy and ambition. They remind us that knowledge has always been power, and that controlling knowledge means controlling history. The Qumran sect, with its hidden teachings and coded messages, understood this instinctively. Their meticulous preservation of forbidden knowledge suggests a desire not only to survive, but to influence future generations.
The scrolls are a testament to human foresight, but also to the lengths humans will go to hide truth. And as we consider the scrolls' enduring impact, one thing becomes clear: the mysteries they contain are far from resolved. Scholars debate the interpretations, historians contest the implications, and theologians argue over the meaning. Yet for the curious, the adventurous, and the brave, the scrolls offer a window into a world of hidden knowledge, secret prophecies, and lost wisdom. They invite us to question, to explore, and to challenge what we accept as truth. In the final analysis, the Dead Sea Scrolls are not merely ancient texts, they are provocations, puzzles, and warnings. They challenge the dominant narratives of religion. They reveal the complexity of human ambition and secrecy. And they invite us to consider the possibility that much of history has been deliberately hidden. They remind us that curiosity is a powerful force, that knowledge is precious, and that sometimes what has been concealed for millennia can forever change the way we see the world. Every fragment, every coded line, every lost manuscript invites us to explore further, think deeper, and challenge assumptions. The Dead Sea Scrolls speak across millennia, their whispers growing louder as we uncover their secrets. The question is no longer just about what they contain, it is about whether we are ready to hear the truths they have guarded for thousands of years. For the curious, the fearless, and the seekers of knowledge, the Dead Sea Scrolls remain the ultimate mystery. They are a call to explore, a challenge to authority, and a reminder that history is never as simple as it seems. The secrets they hold may forever change the way we see the past, the present, and the possible futures awaiting humanity. The scrolls are waiting, but more important, are we ready to listen?